Well, well, well. Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Alright, look. Man, I got something right here. I got two things actually. I'm going to show you one thing. And then I'm going to show you another. Ready? Poof. Hold on a minute. Alright, look. Y'all already know my name. It's already out there in a couple other videos. I think at least two. Y'all think I don't keep track of shit like that, I do. You'd be amazed what I can remember. Let me do this real quick. Let me show you something. I started saying, I think I finished, there was two things, and I think one of them I took care of in the comments in one of the recent videos that I did, where I started down a track and I got sidetracked. And there were a couple of big points. One of them was my brain and what I wanted. I can give you an idea of the capacity of my mind, okay? Not because I'm a genius, but because I am diligent and my discernment is very good. You understand? Okay, now follow along. This is obviously it's my appearance bond for all appearances. Wait a minute, I gotta make this point first. My mind. So 11 years, right? Maybe minus a month right now or something. I think it's right at 11 years now. Maybe over 11. I don't know. It's actually about 10 and a half years, I think, right now. It's not quite 11 years yet. I think it'll be several months before it's 11 full years, actually, from when I started down this Q-tard rabbit hole at first, which I know is everybody pretty much knows now. Well, not everybody. The magatards that are still magatards, they have no clue about anything because it's dumb. But I was part of the QAnon thing, and you know, if you were doing that, you were learning an awful lot of real dirt on the Democrats, which is not surprising when you understand how this shit works, because it's just a clown show. It's like a tennis match. And the politicians know that. They know that they're just WWE freaking tennis players working for somebody else. Anyway, my mind has learned all of that stuff, and I have all this data. I mean, literally, I have mountains and mountains of data that I only realized this over the past 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5. I realized my mind has this capacity to kind of stack this stuff up and good memory. Now, like Whitney Webb, she remembers the names of corporations, the names of she remembers dates real well. She remembers connections between this person and that corporation, this person and that corporation, this organization and that corporation, this person and that corporation. Okay, that's a different. You know, it's similar to what I'm talking about with me. But I'll give you an example of okay, take my whole entire playlist, which is I don't know how many thousand. I'll go and there's a way for me to count it, and I just break down and go count it, right? There's a way for, oh shit. There's a way for my mind to be able to wrap all that stuff into there. And then if you go look at my music categories, me being a musician, if you go and look at the truth music category and the my guitar heroes category, and even the vast majority, I think I've damn near gotten every word of everything. Well, I can't understand some of the stuff Amy's saying because I'm off in La La Land. From the other artists, I appreciate Amy. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh man, I'm a sucker for the pale skin and black hair. I mean, it doesn't have to be the goth thing, but she does the goth thing so good. Ooh, baby. Anyway, so here we go. What I was saying was all of those leads, and I'm talking about mountains of stuff that isn't in my playlist. All that Zeppelin shit. Every note of every damn near. It's been a long time on some of it. I'd have a hard time remembering all of it, but literally every lead note and every nuance of every tiny tittle of a sound of these notes that are being made on these strings with these leads. I remember every note, like for instance, Dazed and Confused, the live version from the old school, only one around live at Madison Square Garden, Led Zeppelin in 1970, what was it, 77, I think that album was. Anyway, black cover, all that shit. Okay, I had it when I was a kid, all right? When I was like 12, I had it, 13, I don't know, something like that. So anyway, I had every note of even the miss notes, which were plentiful in that live version of Dazed and Confused that was on that vinyl, on that album, from that concert, Jimmy Page. Now, the song I like was No Quarter. If you go listen to No Quarter, and you listen to his lead on that, that's what blew me away with Jimmy Page on that album. I'll be honest, okay? So, anyway, enough about Jimmy Page. What I'm trying to tell you is, not only that, but all the lyrics, 90% of the lyrics in every song in my playlist categories that are music, I have memorized. And not only that, I can sing them and with perfect pitch. Now, I'm not saying I can, look, there's some what is it, Slaves and Bulldozers that I put, that's in by Soundgarden, kind of back in the day with Chris Cornell. Look, easy up, ease up, ease up, just a bit louder. Now I can handle certain stuff, like I can do, STP is no problem, Alice in Chains is no problem. I don't think I like Maynard. I just kind of discovered Maynard in the past 4, 5, 6 years. 7 years. Just dabbling, well, maybe 6 years. Just dabbling and listening to The Pot. And now The Swamp is like one of my favorite. The Swamp for 4 months was my, 4, 5, 6 months was my number one go-to first song I listen to every day. If that tells you anything about, anyway, yeah. So, that is a lot of memory. In other words, I sit there constantly. Everybody sees me sitting there listening to music all the time. And it is kind of my therapy, along with the weed. Now, right now, I have smoked on the K2 synthetic bad for your ass, which is legal. Y'all have no idea how bad y'all have bumped y'all's heads. Please listen to me. Good God. Y'all need, I'm serious. The homeless people, the people that ain't homeless, the people that's in the biggest homeless, huh? Damn. Look, these motherfuckers that think that there's a chasm between us and them, we've got to close that chasm, okay? Somehow. Look, there's a lot of information about detaching from shit. But anyway, that's beside the point. I think I've made my point about that. I didn't intend for that to be. That's not one of the two things. So that's thing number 0. So this is thing number 1. Ready? Okay, we're gonna fly away. Fly away. Fly. Okay. Now we're just gonna take a quick little look at this. This is an appearance bond. Now look, I want to be clear. The nice magistrate lady who was dressed nicely, she didn't have no black robe on. I like that. Anyway, she was nice to me. She was so nice. I had no idea. I didn't expect that. I had sat in there with that holding cell and talked to them good fellas in there that was all sitting there. I was listening to their stories. Look, when you go to jail and stuff, you sit there and listen to people's stories and stuff, and you all sitting there knowing everybody in the room. Now, every once in a while, depending on, there's some crazies. You're going to end up, if you go to jail more than 3 or 4 times, even if you go to jail 2 times, your chance of not running into crazy while you're in there, in the intake or whatever the hell, where it's just like, oh shit, and you got fights and people sucker punching people and people fucking, there was this big, huge dude in Cobb County Jail way back in the day. He was enormous, big old huge black dude, and about 3 or 4 little dudes, little skinny young fuckers took some 5-gallon buckets and beat that son. Look, never mind. All right, look. Y'all, hold up a minute. Just give me a second. Look, some shit's funny. I really want to mention something right now that's so hilarious to me that has something to do with the roof. But I can't. I digress. All right, look. Here, a parent's mind. Look, it works, but it's K2. It's synthetic, and I've done made the point. Look, hey, if there's any lawyers in Nashville or fighting the freaking the weed tank, look, all y'all got to do is study what I put out here in the past 24 hours and this one, and you'll be fine. Well, you don't really need this one. The one where I talked about it the most. That's what you need. Oh man, we got a motorcycle. Look, so what we got is 4 all appearances before court of. Okay, now here we got. Look, now we've got. Is this? Wait a minute. Okay, so we obviously got lowercase right here. We got capital A, and we got lowercase p, lowercase b, lowercase e, lowercase a, lowercase r, lowercase a, lowercase n, lowercase c, lowercase e, lowercase s. Capital B, lowercase e4. Capital C, lowercase ort. Lowercase of. Uppercase C, county of Hamilton. But you put the H on there because it's proper English. County of Hamilton. That's proper English, right? But that isn't, and that isn't. Now, we look. This sentence right here, y'all. What in the goddamn? Now look. If you give a normal, regular old folk a sentence like this right here, what do you think we think of this shit? Huh? Look, we, the undersigned, principal and sureties. I know something about that word. Acknowledge ourselves indebted to the state of Tennessee. Now, wait a minute. We didn't put this shit in regular. We trying to tell you that the state of Tennessee in regular speak right there. That right there don't exist, I don't think, unless they've got a big, huge fucking gold trust and whatever else trust, and it's in that right there. And they may, fuck, I don't know. Okay, jointly and severally. Okay, jointly and severally. In the sum of colon. Oh shit, colons. You gotta flush out your tinnitus, y'all. Hey, look, if you hadn't had your tinnitus. Oh god damn it! See, I told you what I didn't I warn you about my memory and shit. Shit. Look, on recognizance to be void on condition the said defendant. Another damn colon. We got tinnitus. Well, the end of the tinnitus, which is the colons. y'all gonna have to stop me. I'm having a good time, but look, this shit ain't gonna be good for y'all. I don't give a shit. I'm ready to die. I done told y'all that. So the K2, look, this is my view on the K2. I don't give a fuck about the K2. I don't. I do not give a fuck about the fucking K2. Don't care. But think about what it's gonna do, and I'm thinking, I look at targeting situations. Are we doing after my brothers and sisters? Because people that smoke a lot. Like, I'm a white dude. I don't smoke. I just get enough to get feeling good, and I'm good. I pick up my guitar and play. I'm singing. I'm music, or I'm geeked out on trying to find out some shit, search some shit out. Which, by the way, that I'll go ahead and drop the bomb. Y'all need to go to my latest post and meet Sergeant Robert Horton, retired U.S. Army Psychological Operations Manager over in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah, I mentioned him in the comments, just kind of snuck him in there recently under some of mine. Yeah, you probably ought to go listen to this fella. Yeah. Now look, I want to be clear. Because I got to say this, or I'm going to have to type it, and I don't want to type it. Look, you got to understand, doing the kind of thing that I do, especially on just using social media, especially, you have to be really careful about being able to chop something apart that's kind of, something like where I discovered this guy, Sergeant Horton, is really kind of it's a weird kind of situation. It's a weird rabbit hole. You're on a major social media platform. You got somebody talking about I'm this and I'm that and I'm this, and I'm talking about the guy that he mentions. Probably, I'm pretty sure he mentions Russell. Okay, Russell and his friend David Wynn Miller. Okay, he mentions these two guys. Okay, I'll just go ahead and say in this video that I just put into my playlist in several categories, 5. Okay, it's gonna be at the top in 5 categories right now. You're gonna see him. He's just wearing a black shirt, and you can tell his haircut. Okay, I mean, dude. Okay, I'm just saying. Now look, I'm not saying this is strictly entertainment. I'm not saying this is anything real at all. I really ain't. But there's my name. Look, wait. Oh shit! Damn it, son of a bitch. Am I zoomed in and shit? No, you aren't, dumbass. Look, there it is, right there. Oh man, you doxed yourself. Yeah, so fucking what? Okay, last name and then first name, but it's in all caps. And if they're separated, there has to be a hyphen in between if they're in all caps, which is why your courthouse has the shit the way I've mentioned before. Okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but what I'm saying is the biggest thing about this. And what I just told you about, well, that other thing I just mentioned is worth, oh man, look, you got to take things with a grain of salt, because if that were to lead you to the guy that's associated with him, then you might get slightly tricked on something very key and huge. And I don't want you to do that, but I do want you to learn about things that are part of mechanics of systems that are real. Do you understand? This is why you're looking at this. Understand? Not just this, but the Sarge. Okay? Now, I would like to know where he is, because I'm very concerned about the man. I think he's a good man. And there's some stuff that I heard happen, and I haven't heard other than his stuff got pulled from here, this site, channel, and then now it's all of a sudden it's back, which actually it was back about 1.5 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago, even, because this is a while back. Anyway, the stuff with Sarge. I can't get too much in there. Okay. Anyway, so in other words, I think there's some shenanigans. Okay, I'll just come out and say it. All right. And you know, I don't know for sure. I can't prove anything for sure. Russell may be a great guy. I don't know. There may be no deception. What I didn't like about it, finally, I had to just come down to, okay, well, I don't like using the foreign power enemy courts running that type of system and force everybody to have to go in there and freaking be that complex and have to use it the way that it is, and in the decoded form, so everybody knows what's going on in your legal contracts. That's what I don't like about what Russell G is doing, which is, never mind. I'm not, please don't go and start watching wherever this when I'm, you know, the you know, left, right, left, no, nah, you don't have to. Are y'all entertained by my stupid fucking ass? I'm thirsty as shit. My drink's over in the cart. All right, look, I'm finna, but yeah, this is, so in other words, I have knowledge of the rod, and because of that, I should be able to say, look, but you know, that's the way it's supposed to work. That's what I'm telling you. That's as simple as it's supposed to be, is having knowledge of it, because either the Black's Law Dictionary or the Chicago Manual of Styles, or both, actually what the all cap stuff is actually in one of the editions that I read. It's referred to as American Sign Language, and yes, I did go get my hands on it from someone and read it, because I had to, because I wasn't going to trust Romley, because it's in one of his videos from Just Otinian, the Sappy on Sean. You got me? All right. Look. Disorderly conduct. I was disorderly. I cussed. I cussed and then I kind of was quit cussing by the time I even started to cross the first of any of those 4 lanes and was going across the thing. Went across the thing. I think I'm just trying to remember. Got up on the median thing right there. Everything's cool. That's when I turned around and seen him. And then I seen where I could go, and I started going. I might have cussed at him a couple times while I was standing there. But anyway, I didn't say much. I pretty quickly I was able to cross the other 2 lanes and be over there where Bassett and where the street starts and goes up the little slope, and behind the vitamin shop and the men's warehouse, and then toward Bassett, right? So, I'm in the street or across the street by the time I even turn around and start yelling at him or whatever a second time in any kind of serious way, and I'm cussing him, I'm calling him a dick-sucking bitch and shit like that. So what? He's acting crazy by coming out there and filming me. Look, I understand it's shocking. Damn it, I'm sorry. Believe me, if I could, I'd go live out in the fucking woods. I promise to God, I would much rather be around animals and nothing but fucking animals. I swear to God. Well, I'd like to have a guitar, nice guitar and an amp and a fucking little goddamn fucking. Give me a goddamn fucking one of them fucking damn that they got in Home Depot in the parking lot. One of them fucking sheds, one of them tool sheds. You heard? Look, goddamn. I mean, this is going to kill me. I'm 139 pounds. My God, I couldn't believe it when I looked at that. I looked at it and I was like, God damn. Well, I wasn't this bad when I was a crackhead. But the thing about it is, y'all, for real, it's because I'm eating so little. I am choosing to. Now, I drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. That's probably not good for my kidneys. Now, look, I've messed around a little bit here and there. But look, as far as staying on something or nothing like that, no, this is me on weed right here. And a lot of y'all will go, oh, you're on meth. No, dumbass. You're acting all hyper. Yeah, that's because my brain is on fire, baby. On weed and on fire. Even if it wasn't on weed, it'd be on fire. Now look, this old wind shit's fucking around. I'm feeling uneasy about my cart around there, so I gotta go. But anyway, disorderly conduct. So I gotta go to the court on the 8th. I mean, God damn it. Please, will y'all please just leave me the fuck alone? Do you know how stressed and traumatized I'm gonna be over walking into the courtroom down there and having to go in there and y'all can kill me. Y'all can destroy my whole goddamn life. That's what is atrocious about it when you flip it and look at the mirror that shows on the street shit going on. Look at what happened. My friend Corey. Somebody, look, it seems like I'm going to go on a limb and say that it looked like at one point the girl, I think it was a girl, that was to the left, the way that I'm looking at Corey, and it looked like the girl to the left had either a taser or a gun pointed at him. Am I wrong? I don't know. I haven't gone back and looked at it in the video, in my arrest video. But look, poor Corey ought to be given a fucking $10,000 fucking check, if not a $25,000 or $30,000 check right motherfucking now just on GP. If you can find that where he had a weapon, if it was an actual gun, y'all have bumped y'all's fucking heads. Y'all can't come out here and act all crazy and shit like that. That's insane. There's a reason why tactical groups of old in the military were called tactical, because you use tact, TACT. Goddamn. You don't go off the fucking rails. Your job's to de-escalate. You're calm as shit until you see that there's a threat. Like I said, the police are not even in the top 10 most dangerous fucking jobs in the United States, barring the fucking Bering Sea shit, okay? They're not even in the top 10. Are you hearing me? Stop with all the fear shit. Brian from Here's the Deal did a fucking video, and it's in my playlist. Oh shit, here comes that memory again, dumbasses. Brian did a fucking video several years ago, at least 3. Okay, he did a fucking video about the, by the way, there's a video by Brian. You're going to have to go to delete laws. Just go to delete laws, and he's going to have the same video up. Go to delete laws, okay? Go to delete laws. He's a good dude. He really is. Go to delete laws and go back and watch, or go to Brian's channel and watch the same video that is, I'm sure, at delete laws that Brian covered, because Brian does a good job of covering. I love Brian at Here's the Deal and The Disturbing Illusion and High Impact Vlogs, VLOG. Okay, yes, but yeah, this has language fraud on it. You know why? Because also something that one of them $2, and I can't remember which. It says that you cannot have on the same fucking legal document, contract, piece of paper that has corresponding shit going on that's legal matter shit in a courtroom or any fucking where else, and consider it a legal document if you got two different languages on the same page. They cannot correspond with each other. This cannot have anything to do with this right here. This cannot have anything to do with that and that. It can have something to do with that. I don't want to try to break that down. I mean, numbers are numbers. Fuck it. You know, just till you start putting them Roman numerals. Look, hey, these are signs and symbols. That P and that P and that E and that A and that R and that A and the N, C, E. Those are signs and symbols according to the grammatical rules of the English language. It's not, this is the English language right here. This is the English language. I'm trying to take you. Now, it's County of Hamilton, but look on the front of the courthouse. It has that word right there on the front, and it ain't spelled like that. Is it? Oh, man. How many of y'all done seen it? Y'all, are they going to shoot me, y'all? Look, I was almost wanting to run, but I think I might come in there. It's a misdemeanor. Look, there's a misdemeanor in Alabama when I went home to get my inheritance money. I didn't show up to court. Y'all, hey, everybody in Camden, including the arresting officers, you guys down there at the Camden, hey, I love y'all. You guys running the sheriff's department, I love y'all. But please learn from me. And please, I'm from there. Please learn from me. I love y'all. Please stop it. Stop abusing your own and stop abusing others. Please. The whole world, and America especially, needs to stop doing it. If you don't, you're going to end up, it's probably too late for y'all. But anyway, I'm just throwing Illuminati shit at your ass and just saying what sticks. Anyway, I'm done. Fuck it.